Hi guys, welcome to another Presents video at OnWheelsTV, and once again we bring to you firsthand another release, the latest release from Centerman to rFactor 2 for rFactor 2. So this is Milano version 1.0 for rFactor 2. Track is released by Centerman and this is a conversion. In this release you guys will be able to opt between two different layouts. The Circuito di Milano, the largest of the two layouts, in which you are already watching footage with us driving the ASR 643 car Formula. So you all know which is the brand of this car. We prefer not to say it, although then you will be able to see during the footage that there are some banners with the brand of the car, but this is basically what was already in the original track, although Centerman also included some different banners here, but some of the old ones he decided to keep, and therefore you will be watching the brand of the car. We just prefer not to say it, or the type of racing where we used to participate. So this is the largest of the two versions, and you will also be watching footage of the shorter layout from this Milano version 1.0, which is the Castello version, a shorter one, really fast, although we prefer, obviously we enjoy much more this one. The track is fantastic to drive, especially with this car, and especially the final long left turn, which is a blast to drive, especially with a car such as this, highly performant with lots of downforce. Amazing to drive in that section of the track. This is another great release from Centerman. The track was originally from Codemasters, released it for Grid. Centerman worked in this release for several years. In fact, he worked first for rFactor, and now recently he has been working but since quite some time he has been working in this release for rFactor 2. He was kind enough to allow us to test several whip versions of this release, and therefore we know he worked in it for quite some time. Let us just say, which is really important because it's stated by Centerman itself, that this track it is now possible to have this track with its full capacity on rFactor 2, thanks to the recent introduction of certain material settings that were introduced in the sim, and therefore this allowed Centerman to provide this track with all the graphics potential that it surely delivers. For this release, Centerman worked in a lot of stuff. He introduced a lot of new stuff for this release. Let us just say to you, for instance, that the RAI comms tower was introduced, the Branca tower, the pit lane was created, and objects were added there. Trees were also added, spectators, ambient sounds, animated flags, and banners, advertising banners. Obviously, you already had the chance to look at those amazing OnWheelsTV banners that Centerman was kind enough to introduce in this release. We can't thank him enough for that. He split up most of the trackside tire groups and made them movable, and you can notice that sometimes when you hit the tire barriers, there are some tires that are outside the tire barriers. They are in front of the tire barriers, so you have to be really careful when driving. Clock hands were added to the Castle Tower. Marshals and stands were also added as flowers. Of course, Centerman enjoys every time more flowers. Start lights and pit lights were also added, and AIWs and track cameras were created. So you probably already had the chance to see that there are several TV cam options, and then you are watching some onboard cameras that are from the mod, but when you are watching the TV cams on track with the cars, the TV cams are from the track, and he has been working on several options for the same TV cam from the same location on track, same part of the circuit, and we did tell him lots of times that for good videos, for good broadcasts, to provide different ways to look at the track from the outside, for those of us, and there are a lot of us that enjoy doing that when watching a replay, it would be important to have more than just one option in terms of TV cam. He has been kind enough to work with that, and this is proof also of how much he cares about the feedback provided, not only from us that have been cooperating with him, but also from you guys that are downloading these tracks. You just saw that amazing banner from OnWheelsTV there. There are, look here also on the right side, and also a little bit further ahead on track you will be watching another set of, like there, yeah, right there on the left. It looks amazing, and we can't thank Centerman enough for this. There is a specific section of the track that we truly love. This is it. We are already on it. It is a long left turn with some bump, but you do this flat out, and with a car such as this one, it is a pure blast to drive. You guys will be able to feel this when you drive on this track, which we at OnWheelsTV expect you guys to download, because it is amazing. Also, really interesting is to drive with a car such as this, highly performant, on top of these rails from some sort of electric trolley. I don't know if this is the proper name. I hope so. But this here also, this surface like a sidewalk, it is really slippery, so you have to deal with it really carefully. But then when you are entering the pure tarmac surface, you can really drive this car flat out, and it looks really amazing to drive in this track with all this urban environment, and it provides a fantastic look, especially for those of you, and we include ourselves in those of you, us also, that really enjoy driving in street circuits. And this is definitely one that is going to our top 10 list of the favorite circuits to drive at the moment on rFactor 2. And this is because Centerman also delivers this amazing work. He does work the tracks, all of them conversions, or at least most of them are conversions, but it does bring these tracks a different life and makes them work to perfection on rFactor 2. And I do believe honestly that all of you guys acknowledge that we are watching content from probably one of the best guys in the business in terms of track modding for rFactor 2. At least I can't remember a bad release from this guy. And now you will be watching shortly also footage from the Castello version of this circuito, of this Milano release for rFactor 2. This is a shorter layout, also really fun, and we decided to bring to this layout in terms of the car to execute this video. We decided to bring one of the Lolas, the T80 or the T70 or the T90. I'm not focused in the specific numbers now, but this is one of the cars from Pixim. We truly enjoy this car. It brings back very interesting memories from our childhood, from watching these cars race in the street circuit where we used to live in Angola, which was the Lobito circuit, where these cars performed amazing and unforgettable races. And I was really young and fortunate enough to be able to watch, and that's where my passion for motorsports grew. I was fed a lot with those cars, and that provided me an eternal passion for this sport, and now also connected with sim racing, of course. So for this footage in the short version of the Milano circuit, which is the Castello version, we drove this Lola, but we also included in the footage the Austin G4, which is basically a Lola also, and also the 917K from Apex Modding, another amazing car. And we do love to see these type of cars from this very special time in motorsports, legendary cars. We do enjoy watching them in a street circuit, probably because of that childhood memory that I already told you about. This version is really interesting. It's different than the other one. It does not have some of those very technical slow and mid-speed corners. It's basically very fast, this version. Of course, this car is not as fast as the 643 from ASR, but it does provide a different view, and it does help make a good video. And definitely we had a blast driving this car in this version. So this is another great release from Centerman. Once again, thank you Centerman for including some OnWheelsTV banners in this track. We do work a lot to make this project, this OnWheelsTV media project work, and small gestures just like this make us feel really proud of what we do, and do help advertising our work. And we can't thank Centerman enough. He has been fortunate. He has been kind enough to allow us to deliver these releases firsthand to you guys, to our audience, and we have tremendous pleasure by doing that, because we are really fans of sim racing, and we really enjoy rFactor 2 as we do enjoy all the other sims that we communicate at OnWheelsTV. But it's always amazing to see good work on rFactor 2, and definitely Centerman always delivers amazing work, and therefore we must always acknowledge that and recognize that, and congratulate him for that, helping rFactor 2 have overall very good tracks for people to use, us fans of the sim, us fans of sim racing. So I hope you enjoyed this video where you watched an Italian Formula car on an Italian track, and now you are watching an American car, but this specific unit we are driving had a Fiat engine. So this is all Italian, guys, and that's why today I will say goodbye to you in Italian. So thank you for watching this video. Hope to see you soon. Arrivederci. Ciao.